Warning. The following program may contain strong language as well as adult or controversial themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to another Around the Grid. Oh, I did not hide the dragon. We're gonna have issues with the dragon, I think. I'm your host, Zack Aiku. Yes, Zack Aiku. Am I not? Apparently I'm not. There I am. And with me, I have the fantastic Katheryn. I think my computer decided that it wants to be slow today. Hi, Katheryn.
Hello. And on my picture with my Animesh skirt that I didn't realize was alive.
And happy Easter. Now, how about we jump right into the news? We have a big show today. In fact, a lot going on, and we start today's news with good news. First good news, Tempura Island has been preserved by Linden Lab and added to the Linden Lab's Second Life Region Preservation Society. I don't know if you read about this. So Tempura Island, which was established in 2008, has been now officially preserved and joined the likes of SS Galaxy, Mont Saint-Michel, the Lost Gardens of Apollo, Svarga, Ada Shelter, and Chushu as one of the Second Life Region Preservation Society regions. And that is just, I think that is really amazing news. I mean, I went there, I actually recorded a little bit, but I ended up not editing that recording because it was a little bit laggy and then I wasn't sure how I was going to edit it. But Tempura Island is it's an amazing place, actually. Have you been there? Katheryn?
Yes, sorry.
No,
I'm like,
okay.
I think I'm over bonafide. Is that's possible?
Maybe.
Can you over bonafide?
No, never. That's not a possibility. Okay, now on other news, today there's a lot of Linden Lab news actually, but on other news, come on, Second Life Premium Plus has been delayed to around probably the end of May 2022. There's going to be an update on that, but that is the news so far. According to Linden Lab had to push it because the upgrade was sticky and they are not exactly sure what it will look like. Those are some weird news. Yes, sticky.
That
I don't
should
know
be.
what sticky
That
means.
should see sticky. When I hear a song and it's hot and sticky, that's good. So when I hear an upgrade is sticky, I'm wondering what happened. Who put the kibosh on a benefit that they don't want to give the users?
So apparently, the direction that Linden Labs is going is that they will maintain the current review dates, and billing cycle will still maintain unchanged. But on the last web user meeting, Linden pointed out that there will be more stipends, larger land grants, larger sign-up bonuses, reduced fees on certain things, and, as you asked, more groups.
They better step it up and do 100 like they used to.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
They better. So that is Second Life Premium Plus delayed. But honestly, they should, and it should just be on Premium, not Premium Plus. It's a little bit ridiculous, isn't it?
It is.
On more news. I have to click twice on everything. Second Life University released last week. I don't know if you saw it. I think it was last week or the week before. It's a new project that aims to teach people about, so with interactive light streams, on topics that are relevant for news, for their new Second Life, for new residents mostly. They did on April 7th, so it was the week before. I'm looking forward to see what they bring more on this Second Life University. I mean, there's already a lot of bloggers teaching, so I guess now Linden Lab are getting on the fray.
They want to
as well.
take it over, which is fine, but at the end of the day, they're going to be Linden focused. And unfortunately, part of the problem with being Linden focused is that it doesn't go into detail on mesh. I mean, like Narya just did a video on the new Aura head that was introduced, and she went into specific details on the HUD and how to do stuff. They're not going to go that route. They're just going to give you generic instruction on mesh. They may or may not mention the open source stuff. Who knows?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it's kind of like it won't be, I'm sure it's an intent to capture more people to stay with the interface, but the interface has such is heavy-handed in how much you need to learn. It really is. I mean,
And not,
God,
not
the things I
only-
learn when I
yeah.
get back.
And not only that, they're going to do it because it's Linden Lab. They're going to do it on the original Second Life viewer, which a lot of people move away from.
Yeah, they don't use it.
So yes, it's,
I mean, I've been on Firestorm for as long as I can remember.
yeah, me too. Well,
And I hope you don't mind. I brought my bunny. My bunny came on the set.
well, welcome,
He snuck-
Bunny.
he
I hope
snuck in.
I hope we had a signature for the bunny.
He snuck in on my shoulder, and I felt bad. I didn't, and he was off camera, so I had to move him a little bit.
That is just the cutest thing. Seriously, look at that. More news. And more Linden Lab news. Resident signups data has returned because the API was a little bit down for a while. Now, according to estimations on that, if things continue as they are, there will be around 70 million resident signups by 2025, 2026. That is
That's a pretty
lot.
generous number considering how
It is.
hard it is to learn this interface.
But there have been roughly 2 million signups since October 21st, which is quite a bit.
We just don't know how many of those are alt accounts, though.
That is true. That is the hardest thing to see is how many of those are alt accounts.
How many of those are actually payment on file accounts? Because that's actually the better distinction. If you have a payment on file, it's highly likely you're going to be an active user.
Yeah, but I can guarantee to you that there are payment on file accounts that are also alts.
Potentially, but you know they're going to be more active than a payment on than a non-payment on file that just came in and out.
True. Now on more news. What do we have for number 5? Oh yes, this is in-world news. OISHII is presenting the SAKURA Blossom Festival, an event that will take place at OISHII District on April 23rd, and we have a video.
Ooh, nice. Oh, pretty.
City lights by the moonlight,唇交わせ真下に街の日浮かんで見えるわ二人は流れ星光の引いて夜空駆け巡るのよ City lights by the moonlight 光の海
So that is the first SAKURA Blossom Festival at OISHII with DJ Dolly, DJ KYRA, DJ SLArt, and also dancers and fireworks. There was a possibility of there being a slot there for also one so-called DJ Zack, but it's a little bit late, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm awake at that point. Which is why I deputized Dolly as an around the grid reporter, and she is responsible for recording things and making sure that we get some nice footage. She has been doing a lot of work on that sim. I don't know if you saw the OISHII showcase last episode on Around the Grid. I could only show a little bit of it, really, because we only have so much time. But it's been quite a bit of work in there.
I bet.
Okay, on more news, we have the Asian-themed Linden homes. Have you seen these? There are 16 new styles. They are available to preview at 4 new preview regions.
Oh yeah. I heard that. I was actually gonna watch a video on that because somebody did a tour already,
Yeah.
and I was gonna go check it out because I love that style. I love the trees. I love the blossoms.
The area seems to be very well built, and they even have little pathways and canals. So these houses are just like the Newbrook theme offered, with either 512 square meters or 1024.
I think they've gotten smarter about these spaces, but the only problem is the privacy and the security. That tends to be an issue for some reason.
Yeah, but I mean, we have a little segment up ahead because all of these are not really on the Are these on the Belisario continent? I think they are, really, aren't they? I think they still are.
I think, yeah.
And I mean, the point of it all is also to have quite a bit of that community feeling. And one of the things I have pointed out later, it's on our trivia, is the fact that there are things you can do on the Belisario continent that are exclusive to it if you want to role play on some things, and it's really fun. You'll see it. But yes, these are the new Linden homes that are now available for preview. So we'll leave a link in the description.
Belisario just had their 3rd anniversary, didn't they?
Sorry?
Belisario had their 3rd anniversary.
Yeah, I think so. I think I read something about that. They had their anniversary just recently. Yes. I mean, it's a lot better built than I used to have a house on one of the old locations, and the houses there are just clumped up together. There's not really a lot of a structure to make it feel like a community area or something. The houses in Belisario are a lot better structured in that front, I think. And security-wise, I mean, you can always put up your yellow walls, which are annoying as all hell, but still. On other news that are they're still actual news. Here we go. So REBIRTH announced the free mesh heads. A link is in the description for a landmark, and their video link is going to be there. This is breaking news, just fresh out of fresh out of the print by our own Cat. And thank you for the picture, Cat. So a new free head. That's an interesting one. So you went and picked up one?
I did. I went and picked it up. The group is free, and they have a deal right now where apparently it's compatible with Luca Evo X and stuff. So, and standard universe. I think they have an SL universe and Lex. So, it looks like it's compatible with a lot of bodies. So, and it's, you can't beat free. I know Aura just came out from the Luca, which I'm sure is like a $4,000, $5,000 head. So this one coming out for free, and it looks pretty nice. And you could probably find some really nice free skins for it because there's so many different vendors out there right now that are providing very nice skins. I mean, Free Dove just Magnetic is giving a really nice skin at the Free Dove. Then there's Mila, who's giving away a couple of free skins that are really nice, and there's all sorts of really great possibilities there. So
I noticed this happening more than once now. So you know how Lelutka did the whole thing of flipping their textures so that the whole concept of bomb applying to them is not really the thing because the texture does not
yes,
apply, and they flipped it, and now a lot of brands are basically making heads with the textures Lelutka wise, which is basically telling them, oh yeah, then we're gonna do what you do. And I find that
yeah.
really fun.
I mean,
um
I got. Did you hear about that whole "kill the ugly Linden" body thing? That you wear that
no,
in order to prevent people from seeing your classic body. That way, they see the legacy or whatever body you have.
can't say I
That's
have,
nice.
no.
Whether it's a Cupra, you have it. It's free on the marketplace. Okay, I'm gonna have to send you the link on that.
Okay, I'll have to look at that.
It comes in handy.
But it's funny that they're doing that because I mean the bomb was brought in so that we would have a little bit of consistency, and Lelutka tried to pull a fast one, so everybody now is pulling a fast one on Lelutka. Good, um, good for them.
Lutka's doing really well. They're considered tops in the market because they keep introducing new innovations and new heads. So,
Yeah, I mean one of the biggest things I see with Lelutka, and I think is one of the most important. They are so far one of the only heads where you don't see at all an neck seam. You don't need to put a pliers to avoid a neck seam or anything. If you're using a skin that is the same brand and the same tone on body and head, you're not seeing a neck seam on Lelutka. And that to me is one of the most important things. It's one of the things that I hate the most, especially because I like taking pictures. Really, it's not a great thing.
I heard they created it specifically so that it would fit best with Legacy,
Mm-hmm.
Broth, and because some people can't afford Legacy, so they start off with Roth and then they move into Legacy. But I also it works. I haven't tried it on a Gianni. I haven't tested it yet, but
It works
I
well
mean,
with
there's
Gianni. It works well with Belazes, and it works
Beleza.
very
Oh,
well with
nice.
Maitreya as well.
That's great because Beleza Jake was redone during the summer, so
Oh, I
last
didn't notice. I'll have to have a look.
it was done late last year. It was redone. They upgraded. So in fact, I ended up buying a Beleza body for one of the alt models that I have for
Mm-hmm.
clothing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
because there's a lot of Freya clothes out there that um it would fit.
yeah. So far, what I've seen is that it works well with all of the bodies, or most of them.
Nice, very nice.
Okay, so now into sports. We have a little bit on sports here, and we actually have one of them is a little bit longer. But so on sports, first of all, the Rainbow Golf Links Master has finished, ended with 128 rounds between 39 competitors.
Woo! 128 rounds.
128 rounds, 39
Oh,
players that played 128 rounds. Dizzy Kiori finished in first place with a score of 225, so
way to go,
the
Dizzy.
lowest score. It was impressive. It's an impressive display there, and the owner is actually looking into creating a kind of a PGA, a Second Life PGA, a tour for golf, which would be really really good.
I'm just thinking, if he does a PGA tour for the highest score, I know I could be there. I know I could get that.
No, no,
Lowest
she
score,
has been
yeah.
very
Highest, I can.
she's been very very. I've been looking at the messages and everything from the group, very very active during the entire process, and I've met her when me and Creamy went to Rainbow Links and did the whole thing last show. She was very helpful, just helping us understand everything because I kept just shooting balls into the water. I am terrible. And she was very, very patient and very helpful. So yes, great stuff. Now on second round of sports, la Fédération Viature. Let me get this right. But the FVA for runs for Grand Prix 1, Grand Prix 2, and GT Super. They have now, they're halfway through the 2022 season, with Sigma Racing at top of the GP1. On the GP2, we have Nicole Dallas at the top with 113 points, just a little bit over Jesus Crisp.
Sorry.
No, they have great names, really great names. So she's ahead on the GP2. She was the winner last time. And on the GT Super Series, we have Beneteau Sigma, the team for Beneteau Sigma, ahead with 154 points over LC Racing with 137. Longfall Racing are just in fourth place. They were the winners of last time. But this has been really close ones. I went to the GTSS, to the latest GTSS run, actually. A friend of Dolly was racing, and we went to go and check her out. Unfortunately, she's still on the bottom of the list because she's a part-timer, unlike a lot of the other racers. But it was really fun. It was very well done. It's impressive what they managed to do. I mean, I always thought that racing would be a little bit of a laggy thing on Second Life. None at all. Impressive display, really. And a lot of laps.
I bet.
But it was fun. It was a fun event. So I hope to see it going a lot better. Halfway through the season, let's see how they do. On more sports, there's a GBA meetup. So for the Basketball Association, the Grid Basketball Association, there's a meetup for Let's Cheer It for the Girls, where on Saturday, the 23rd, they actually have a halftime showdown. On Friday, a dunking boot contest. On Thursday, I think they have a 2 versus 2 game. So don't forget to go support the cheerleaders and the players, because they also have a photo campaign. On sports, I'm pretty sure these are the three things on sports that we have, which is more than usual. Still, I read something about some drag racing, but there wasn't a lot of information, and I have to gather more info on that. But apparently, there's a drag racing competition also going around. It's interesting. Okay, on to entertainment. Even the news segment is getting longer and longer, huh? First off, on entertainment, Premier Wrestling, Now and Overload have come to a season finale. New Age Wrestling has come to a season finale with a lot of features. I have a list of the features here so you can pause and have a look. But street fight matches. I think there was a cage match at one point. No, a chairs match. An Extreme Women's Combat Championship match.
That's right. Toss me a chair, baby.
Exactly. And as for, and of course, the Hardcore Championship match also. Between Brody Hellwalker and Hiram the Dark Prophet. Also, Overload Season 13 came to an end as well after Episode 8 with a one-on-one clean fight. Also with a Charisma versus Craziness fight, TLC versus Wicked Clown. Those are some great names, really. I love the stuff they do. And also a fatal 4-way match. This for Women's Championship. This is a wicked one. Four women in the ring, just getting their fight on, and a triple threat match for a heavyweight championship. I'm not entirely sure what the results were. I will have to have a look at the last episode. I think they're still going to release it on YouTube. On more entertainment news, we're going for number 3. Yes, Drama Libre presents Egg Wars. So What are you expecting for this one, Kath?
I I have no idea. And I when I looked at that, I was like, okay, how do I create a video for that? And it's a lot harder than it looks, guys. I have never animated an egg before, so I I was kind of stumped. And I wish I had done a video for it, but I just yeah. Yeah.
um,
I have no idea what I'm wearing. I
it
have
would
no idea what I'm
it would have to be something kind of like those South Park Canadian kind of thing. Just open the egg in middle and make it flap its mouth.
I mean, I was thinking of maybe going as a scrambled egg. But
That's an option.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. A scrambled egg avatar. I thought that could be kind of fun, just because it'd be different.
If you could find an egg avatar and the little side buns, the little Leia side buns, you'd have your
I
Evie
was
right
looking
there.
for that. I could not find it. I could not find it. I did try. Believe me.
Come
I
on,
did try to do that.
hair creators, where's the Leia side buns?
However, I am quite pleased at how things turned out. So I'm looking forward to this build. This build should be quite entertaining.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it will be a lot of fun.
Last week's was good. Last week's was really good. I got a lot of great footage from last week. Excited. And now that I have all the lovely power RAM that I need.
Oh yes, I hope we'll see a stabler stable recordings. Yes. Well, the thing with Second Life is the fact that a lot of people complain. Oh, I have a great machine for gaming, and Second Life is just it's crap at running. Second Life doesn't go with that. Second Life relies on a single thread on your processor, which is one of the reasons I got a powerful processor, but not the best one, just the best one in terms of single threads, to try to avoid that kind of situation, to try to get it to run Second Life well. It's really an annoying thing. Their engine is not optimized for most of these things. But well, we'll see. I hope to see a great show at 6 p.m. Right?
Actually, party starts at 7 p.m.
Oh yeah, it's at
SLT,
8. No, your show is always at 8. Sorry,
and
it's not
runs
6.
and runs to 10 p.m.
Yeah,
The live stream goes starts usually at 8 p.m.
that's right.
and runs for about a half an hour. And I may be having a special a guest who will be texting, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments to the stream other than, but so that they can, talk to me.
Yeah,
But other than that, it should be a really fun opportunity.
that sounds like a blast. So don't forget, go over to Adventures Second Life, and you do what you always should do. Follow, click that bell icon, and subscribe. Click that bell icon, and you can see all of these and more. Not only the Drama Libre streams, but much more at Katheryn's channel. Now we have still more entertainment news, because it's not over yet. Oh, I think I skipped the second. Yeah, this is the one. Digital Rain 2021 is opening a role-play sim, actually, for Tomato Productions. I spoke to MacGyver Mode, and they will let people choose between being a replicant or the replicants or anything, or all of that. And the people who go to the sim, this is going to be on meetup dates, they'll be able to join filming opportunities for the show. Apparently, even after this final 8th episode, there's still a show that's coming about. Tomato Productions has been just pumping out things lately. It is ridiculous. So much work, and I don't know how they do it.
Exciting.
It is exciting. And he seems very excited about the whole prospect. Now, there was the news. There was a lot of news.
It was an hour's worth of news.
That was 30 minutes of news. So we have
Oh, really?
to
30 minutes?
move
Oh, that's
along.
Woo.
That is a lot. You know what's a
It is a
lot as
lot.
well is that I went with Creamy and with Eimear to the events, and there goes my wallet.
Oh, God. How many do we have this time?
We actually have
scared.
5 this time. And one of them
that's
by our lovely Katheryn, yes. And so, first of all, we have Equal 10 right here. Equal 10, which is available from April 10th to May 5th. We have these snazzy openings now, all cool. Now, from Equal 10, we have the from Ariskea, the Ophelia, hair, and bento poses. These are available for 199 Linden as a base price and 219 as a higher price. So don't forget to go and have a look at Ariskea, the Ophelia hair, and bento poses. Also, this was a choice by Creamy. Number 59 has the classic bar for $17.99.
Whew.
It is a bit heavy, but it looks very good. I love a
look
bar that does not have printed on bottles, and this one does not, which for me is very important when you have something mesh like this. So $17.99, number 59, the classic bar at Equal 10. And finally, this is a choice by Eimear. A Violin Seduction has the petrichor, a corset and dress. These are very cute for 250 Linden or 1,000 for the fat packs.
Ooh, I like the Petra. I like both of those, actually. Both of those
Yeah,
are
they
really
look very cute. This is it for Equal 10, April 10th to May 5th. Now, also, we went to Access. Access is available from April 12th to May 8th. And what do we have from Access? We have choice by Creamy, Focus Poses de Bonjour Paris, 399 Linden. I say choice by Creamy. I nudged her. I know she loves pictures, and I couldn't just not nudge her into this. 9 bento poses, adjustable menu, and a lovely backdrop with a view of Paris.
nice. Very nice.
Very nice. 399 Linden. Now, this one was a choice by Eimear. She told me this one is cool for you. Now, this is the Riley jacket from Lob, and it's available for $199 or $699 for the fat pack.
Oh, that's nice. And there's 4 in the fat pack. Very, very nice.
Yeah. Also available for Beleza Legacy. Beleza and Legacy. I believe those are the 2 ones that they are. Oh, and the one that has the Geralt body. I think this one is for the Geralt body specifically. No, it's Gianni, not Geralt. Yeah, it's Gianni body, Blazer Jake, and Legacy. Okay. Now, also, this one was choice by me. Pure Poison has the Theo sandals, 199 Linden. Eimear somehow said that these look a little bit like stripper shoes, and I said, no, they don't. They look like something you take to the beach if you want to bury your soles in the sand, because it's not going to be very good to walk there. But not stripper shoes at all. They're nice. I like the detailing on the stitching there. They're simple, but sometimes simple is good. That is it for Access, April 12th to May 8th. Okay, let's see if we can breeze through these. Now we have Ibento. Ibento available from April 11th to April 30th. And what we have, from Akaruka, the Victoria head for 2730 Linden. That's quite a bit, yes. But look at that, skin not included, and it's compatible with Lelutka Evo X layer. See what I told you?
Yeah, they've done. Akaruka has a partnership with Lelutka,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're working with them, and they have classic bomb, and then they have two versions of the head, which is actually really nice. So you're getting two versions of the head for 27.30. It's a good deal.
Oh, that is a good deal.
And it's a nice quality head. I like that they're friendly working with Leluca on this.
Yeah, that's great. And Akaruka, I have had, well, I have checked Akaruka heads, and they're pretty good. They were pretty good right from the beginning. So yeah, I'm curious to see what these bring. So the Vittoria for 27.30, as you heard here from Katheryn, she knows more than me. 2 heads for the price of 1.
And they do, you know what they do? Something to watch out for Akaruka if you are
Yeah.
a member. During the holidays, they usually give 1 or 2 heads away, which is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
So it's something for if you're new and to SL, you get a quality product that you can definitely, feel proud of using, because there are some really nice heads out there, but they're pricey, and so this is
Yeah.
a chance
Yeah.
to get something that you would normally pay 27.30 for, and you get it for nothing.
Yeah, which is the same thing with Leluca. They also have a tendency to give out during the
They
the
did. They did a
holidays,
great
and
job
they
this
really
year. Oh
did.
my goodness!
I
I
mean,
think they gave away what, 4 heads, 5, 6 heads
the
last year.
the head that I'm currently using, the face you see on your screen, it is one of the free Lelutka heads. I had to do quite a few changes because the male heads have a bit of a strong chin, strong jawline, and I have a bit more of a rounder or less. Yeah, my jawline's not supposed to be that strong, that square. So I had to do quite a bit of work, but I managed to do it. And this is the free head, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. Anyway, moving on, we have from Moto Design the Duke Panic Alpha 3000 Linden. Just cashing, but look at that beauty. That is one hell of a motorcycle. Now, the Duke Panic Alpha for 3000 Linden at... and this one, I really like this one. The Wizard's Secret Library from Rat's Cats. Look at that. That is a beaut. And it is available for 149 Linden, and you get 249. I'm thinking it's probably little bits of it, but the biggest chunk will be 249. And that's a great price for that kind of detail. Look at that.
Pretty cool. That's something that Kendra would like.
I bet. For decorating, that will be amazing.
Yeah, we'd love that. Her and Jazz, I mean, she's really into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so this is so in that theme. I think she would love
So
that.
she's done the whole game from Mad Peas on the whole thing, hasn't she?
She loves this.
Because there was a big Mad Peas game. I don't know if you remember that one. A whole Harry
one of
Potter
the first-
thing.
One of the first events we ever did together was the Harry Potter Wizarding World
Mm-hmm.
sale. And I ended up watching all the Harry Potter movies after that.
But yeah,
I want to get my hands on the books and share the books.
I don't know if Mad Peas still have that one, but they had a whole Hogwarts-like thing where you get a wand, you get to be on a house, and you get to explore the castle and do a bunch of things, have classes and all of that.
They may
it
have
was a
had to
pretty
get
good
rid of
one.
that because it's
Maybe.
copyrighted.
No, it wasn't Harry Potter. They named everything else differently, and they made sure that they didn't have anything there that would associate directly with Harry Potter. The notion itself would be, but not anything branding.
Smart.
And actually, when it comes to copyright, you'll see something later that sometimes people in SL manage to go around a few things. Now, this was Ibento, April 11th to April 30th. Now, more. Come on. Went too far. No. Went too far. Collaborate 8. Or as Screamy usually says, collaborate 8. And she just carries on. It's Collaborate 8 is from April 8th to May 6th. My tablet just decided it wants to do whatever it wants. That's it. So first one, Semler Footwear. I chose this one, but I thought completely of Eimear because it's her style of shoe. These are available from 288 to 1288 for the fat pack. And they actually look pretty cool if you like having the whole army boot kind of thing, but in this case it's more of a, I don't know, a mix of a sandal and the booty. But they're cute. They're actually they're very well done. Now, Wings has the ER0408 hair. This is very, very nice looking hair. I keep looking at Wings hair. They've been pulling quite a few nice looks. 288 to 988 for the fat pack.
Yeah, this feels very 1940s chic to me.
Doesn't it? Yeah. And then Yummy has the Chloe layered necklace. I think there's a lot of marketing there trying to target it also at men. I don't know. I'm kidding. But the Chloe layered necklace is for a 388 Linden, and that's a gorgeous necklace actually. Looking at it, it is amazing. And because it's layered, you can probably, I'm not going to put my finger on that, but I hope you can hide and show parts at your choice. That would be the best.
That would be very nice.
388. This at Collaborate 88, April 8th to May 6th. And now we have, this one. I'm going to let Katheryn help me out with this one. She was the one looking at this. We have Designer Showcase, the April round, April 5th to April 25th. And, well, Katheryn, we have first this one, Avec Moi. That's a really nice one.
This was my favorite one because this is an exclusive, and they have 3 colors: beige, which is kind of a beigey gold, black, and olive, and $3.99 for the jumpsuit. But it includes the gloves, it includes the hat, and I believe the shoes. So it's a full outfit, and for $3.99, it's very chic. I like that it's very kind of that can fly pretty much anywhere. So I like that you could do that as a club thing. Depending on where you're going, you could do that as a cocktail thing even. It's a very clever look.
I can tell you one thing that would sell this to Creamy very easily. The hat. She just loves the big floppy hats.
I love the hat. That's what I mean. I think the hat made the outfit, because if it was just a jumpsuit and the gloves, it wouldn't be enough. It needed that extra little, you know.
But you see, now it makes me feel that it needs a red version, so you can pull a Carmen Sandiego. Now, also at Designer Showcase, Blackbird Lace. Are these different outfits? They are different outfits, aren't they? Yes, the Letta and the Cressida, yes.
Yeah, and then the last one is the Alicia, which is in the bottom right-hand corner. The top one is a fat pack and it includes everything: the top, the shorts, the shoes, and same thing with the one on the left. It's a really nice fat pack, and they're both 99. All of them are 99 Linden. So all 3 outfits are 99 Linden individually. They do not do a fat pack, but the fat pack itself is just all the stuff that goes in the outfit. I mean, like the Cressida, they have the hat, the purse scarf, the pants, the shoes. I mean, it's everything. So it's really nice. It's a really nice look that is really comprehensive on both sides. And I love the fact that they look like they're getting ready for the summer, because I love this little short outfit.
Yes.
It's very cute.
Yes. It's
and
good
if it's reborn,
well.
girls, so reborn girls, you know.
Okay, I gotta warn Eimear then. She's always having a tough time with finding outfits for reborn, specifically outfits that are not the whole I'm gonna show all of my goods out. She likes to go with the cute and proper.
Demure.
Yeah. And because Reborn is more a body with more curves, outfits, it's the same thing as looking at outfits for Cupra almost, but Cupra just exaggerates on that. Okay, and finally we have from Guy, Veil.
That's right. The Veil top and pant set, and the pants are 14 colors, and the top is 12 for the fat pack. And And the fat pack is $8.99 for the top, and $8.99 for the bottom. So, you know, they're sold separately. The top is only $129 for the individual. The pants are $179 for the individual.
And you get more choices
So
than
it's
you
four
can
prices.
that you
Yeah,
can
you have
handle.
lots of choices. Yeah, tons of choices. These are cute spring colors, and they work for fall too because they have the darks. They have the darks on the right, so it's a good, nice, balanced set that you could wear pretty much year round.
Yeah, I like the pastels there. They're very nice, and of course the darker ones for a darker season. These are great. Okay, that was Designer Showcase from April 5th to April 25th. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was our event. See, we went right through them. Now, we don't only have events, of course. The events have great stuff. They're sometimes a little bit expensive. But Kat, you've been going around and made your cat corner, didn't you?
I did. I went a lot of places.
I know. I'm going to have to start looking at because at one point I'm not going to have space on the descriptions of the videos to put everything.
Yeah, yeah. It was a little. It's a little. It's a little. I have
But
to be more careful. But I took a mini hiatus, so coming back to it, I was like,
you came in full
where I go.
force. Yeah.
I came in full throttle. It's like somebody put me on like a little motor scooter, and the little motor scooter could only go like 5-10 miles an hour, and I'm like, and then somebody said, "Hey baby, you want my Porsche?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah." And I kind of went Porsche on all this.
Well, let's roll the clip and have a look at Cat's Corner. That was Cat's Corner. A lot of stuff. Seriously. Your inventory has got to be a mess by now.
I actually, yeah, it is. I mean, I have 131,000 elements in my inventory. Thank you, Linden Lab. And I'm sure they're kind of hating me, but I got like most of it when I came back. I mean, I had like 30,000 in my thing before, and I didn't think too much of it because I had a business and I was doing stuff. But I came back and then I started doing these freebie hunt runs, and it's like, whoa, it's a lot.
Wow. Great stuff. Now, this was Cat's Corner. As you know, you can always find the best freebies, and almost freebies were there, but mostly the freebies. And if you're willing to spend a bit more, how about some crazy shopping? And I have to say, Ariel just went bananas with her picture this time. I've given you a glimpse, Kat, and you've seen it, but just wow. Here we go.
I'm loving this photo. This is fun.
It is amazing. So don't forget, you can take your screenshot or just pause and get all of the details of the items right from there. And that is a lot of stuff, but you can have your very own badass look. I don't even know what to go for. That is an awesome look and an amazing photo. So yes, that is our crazy shopping. Okay, we have still quite a bit to go today. Now, first of all, I want to point out that our very own Eimear has given me a wish for Linden Labs. So, how about we pull a When You Wish? So, when you wish upon a Linden, this is going to be a quick one because I have just a few details and I'm not going to go deep into it. That I would need probably Eimear to get a lot more. But what Eimear has pointed out is a good thing, a very long shot for Second Life considering the engine, advanced shaders. So these are things that would use textures and you can program them to do different things. I'm reading exactly the description Eimear gave me. Like warp meshes using noise textures and have them interact with each other, so you can make Fresnel effects, clouds, water effects based on people colliding with it, cartoon aesthetics, textures that implant themselves inside a mesh, so you can make like an Eye of Sauron type of thing. It's really just advanced stuff. Blender has this with the shader graph. Unreal Engine has a shader graph as well. And these shaders just let you do what you want to get the exact effects you want using textures and masks. So people should be able to then import into Second Life what they want to get these effects running. You can make things vanish with an ember effect, for example, like something is burning away, that kind of stuff. This is the wish that Eimear has, which, considering the Second Life engine and how old it is, I feel it may not be a very easy thing, but who knows? I feel it's probably not going to be there. But hey, it's a wish, and we just like to point out and leave the wish there. Who knows? Maybe Linden Labs actually watches this. And maybe Linden Lab actually watches this and they find it interesting. Now, from wishes, I want to give you some trivia.
Oh.
So let's run the trivia. That was Belly Bin and Belly Find, the Belisaria trash collecting HUD and system. Hey, everybody likes. I actually noticed there is a lot. Belly Bin is just one of these, and that's one of the things I was telling you. Belisaria. This is one way of making Belisaria more of a community. You can just role play yourself as collecting everyone's trash. People just leave those. They're free. The HUD is free. And the bins are free. You just leave them out, and somebody comes and collects your trash. But I also noticed, and I will try to make something for next show, there is another complete delivery system. You know how people get games like the whole truck driver simulators and all that? There's already stuff like that for Second Life. You get whatever vehicles from cars, trucks, boats, planes, spaceships, and you can go and do deliveries from one place to the other on the grid. And I find that impressive, actually.
Yep.
Seriously, there's so much to do. But yes, okay, now I have another thing. This one comes from Creamy. Are you okay?
Yes. My mic tipped over.
Creamy had a rant for us. It's almost more of a wish as well, but let's qualify it as a rant. I like to qualify these as seriously from Creamy. And Creamy was pointing out to me, I asked her, you're the queen of rants, do you have anything for me? She has pointed this out before. She would like a back button. Not the back button as in you teleported somewhere you don't want, let's go back to the last location. We already have that one. Not a back button on you're editing your prim and you made it too big and you can just control Z and get it back to the size it had before. She doesn't do those kind of things. She's not building around, as she usually says. She can't even build a box and they come pre-made. I'm quoting her on that. What she's asking for is a back button on, for example, you wear something. You know how nowadays you have to be careful not to wear something and add it so you don't remove the things you already have on and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, that you can't use the wear button. You have to use the add button for most part, unless you're doing a skin or eyebrows or
exactly. So you made a mistake and you did
or
wear.
a tattoo.
You made a mistake and you did wear. She would like a way
You are
to
now
go
you
back
are now
on
tragically topless.
that. Exactly. She would like a way to just immediately go and do a back. Go back. Or the suggestion, for example, I gave her. You know how you're editing your shape and you change the numbers? As far as I'm aware, you can't go back when you change one. You either cancel the whole process and you go back to the beginning, but you can't control Z on those as well.
Yep.
So a back button there would also be great. And this is the rant that Creamy has. She wants a back button. She knows that people make mistakes. A lot of people are going to make a lot of mistakes. Some places are not great for making mistakes.
No, they're not. They're not. I had a guy friend who I sent him a glass of champagne and he wore it instead of adding it. Next thing you know, he was completely naked.
Exactly. Not a great thing. So I bet he was wishing there was a back button at that point.
He was like, "What did I do?" And I was like, "Okay, well, let me walk you through. This is what you have to do. This is the deal."
Yes, and then somebody has to walk people through to explain, going through the whole process of explaining. Well, I think one of the good things would be, of course, to make it so that wear adds things and not just wears on replacement of another. That would be a great thing to do. And have a replace option if you want to replace the thing itself. But a back button would also not be a bad idea. And that is Creamy's rant. Back button. So that's another message for Linden Lab. How about a back button? Actually, I heard something from Linden Lab and this is some good news. I didn't put it on the news because I was trying to find that tweet again, and I don't know where it was. But one of the Lindens, the one responsible mostly for the development on Marketplace and stuff, was doing a poll. I don't know if you saw that, on should they change the base number from 12 items to 96. So it should be 96 by default. And apparently that poll won, and they're going to make changes to Marketplace so that it defaults to listing 96 items instead of the stupid 12 items that it always does.
That is nice, finally, because I was thinking about that just the other day. I auto default anyway to 96, so
yeah, everybody does.
And I always, one of the things that I do is because I want to make sure that the stuff is newer versus vintage, is I make a point of selecting recent edition.
Yeah, I mean, those are things that are really important to have. And it's a great thing that they decided to go with that. Anyway, moving along, we have some more. And I hear somebody has been working on Builder's Corner. What have you been building, Kat?
I wouldn't say building per se, but we'll watch the video.
Let's roll the clip.
Yes. Welcome to Builder's Corner April round, and this time we've got some amazing freebies all along the grid. Some groups are needed, some groups are not. So let's go ahead and start checking out our groups. The shows we're showcasing are Chris's Garden, CJ Creations, Dreamland Designs, HPMD Happy Mood, and last but not least, RH Design House and MB. Yep, I was all over
There we
the grid.
go. You were.
I was-
You.
I invaded. I was an SL invader.
You just sniff those great deals just at a distance. It is impressive. So yes, that was our Builder's Corner with our amazing Katheryn. Okay, what do we still have? First of all, let's have a look at...
Oh, Fantasy Fair is coming up, isn't it?
I think so. Where do I have that? I don't know where my button is for that. Ah, here it is. I was looking at my tablet trying to figure out. I have a relic this week as well.
Oh.
And this week on relics, let's give it a start because we have a relic, an old place. The items in there are some of them may be relevant. They still have some Maitreya stuff and all of that, and even I've seen also some legacy stuff, I think. But this is an old place. It's good to visit to see the Linden Lab and the Lindens at work. I'm gonna roll the tape so you can see. That was Luna Oaks Galleria. I think that's a pretty cool place. Up. What's happening? I think I lost you in terms of voice. Are you still there, Katheryn?
Reminds me of the malls of old.
Yes, it is. It's a really cool place. It's actually near the last Relic of the Past that I did. It's not that far from the first commercial prim in existence. So you can. It's a hop and a skip from there. But that wasn't the only place we went to, and Kat has gone around also. So we have some GridTrip, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's see for our GridTrip. I know there's 3 places. You went to the Chocolate Factory.
I did.
I went to
Because
Magic
it was
Land. Well, not
it
me.
was
Nina
appropriate.
went. Yeah, Nina went to Magic
was-
Land.
Ah.
Oh, sorry, you were saying it was appropriate. It was what?
Yeah, because it's Easter. I get my chocolate on.
Good point. I when we recorded all of this and when I asked Nina to go around, I don't think we even considered Easter going around. But you also went to Jurassic. It's I can't say it like that because it has 2 R's and just 1 S, I think. Park for reasons.
Yeah.
But how about we roll the clips? These are going to be long clips, so stick around.
no idea what I'm in for. And neither does anybody else. So we're just gonna go in and cross the infamous golden ticket line and see what we see. Who wants to go first?
My dear friends,
All right,
my dear friends.
Keelan will go. He's like
you go,
Mikey.
Keely. You go, Keely.
Factory.
Oh wait, he got kicked out.
It
Cat.
pulls us back.
You gotta click it.
Oh, gotta click it.
Dear friends,
Click it, cat.
You are now about
Okay. Woo. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I'm getting hungry.
Ah.
It's pretty.
Whenever the boat reses, when you mouse over it, there's a seat pops up on,
Okay.
on
Okay.
your mouse.
Okay,
Ready.
that's how I get on it.
All right, go for it.
There, get in, cat. Did you get in?
Y'all three of us are in.
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
Here we go. Oh, can't you just smell the chocolate?
I know. Ooh.
I didn't go any further than right here, so I don't know what's through here.
Oh, how pretty is this? Wow. I've never been in here before.
Pretty cool.
It's like chocolate, like
Showtime.
Disneyland. Like remember like oh wait.
Oh.
Wait, did it kick me off? Did it kick you off?
Dropped us out.
Showtime, it said. Oops, sorry. Showtime, so what are we doing here?
Oh,
Stop.
what is it?
Don't grab your fizz pop below. I warn you, don't grab it. Cool. I wonder if
This
these
is
fizzy
really
pops
pretty.
will work elsewhere.
I'm sure they will.
Magicland is a Magic Kingdom-style theme park for fans of Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Tokyo Disneyland, Hong Kong Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, Seoul Disneyland, and Virtual Magic Kingdom to enjoy. Take a ride on the monorail, Star Tours, the railroad, and much, much more. Shop, play, or watch a live show in this magical amusement park. Visit today.
Welcome to Grid Trip, and this week we are showcasing Jurassic Park. It's a great sim to go and explore. Make sure to take 2 or 3 friends with you because you're going to have a lot of fun checking out all the different cracks, crevices, caves, and places in the sim. This is just one little segment that I explored. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. I'm resing it again. Touch to res. Next holler 10, 9, 8, 7. Beyond being an amazing adventure spot, there are also great spots within the sim to take really fun photos with friends and pose and enjoy your time there. So, and get grid shots like this one. I really fell in love with this particular photo. And also, of course, experience the feeling of actually being in Jurassic Park as you escape the ferocious T-Rex. Because, you know, it's not Jurassic Park unless you're running from a T-Rex. Join us and have fun.
Okay, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, don't miss out, guys, because Jurassic Park is like the place to go. It's definitely fun if you go with friends. I didn't touch on half of the really cool stuff that you could do there on purpose because I didn't want to put any spoilers. I just gave you a quick little glimpse of some stuff that could pique interest, but it's definitely a spot that I would recommend anybody go to if they're have a couple of friends that are you're not doing anything and you want to explore something. That is like the perfect place, because especially as the deeper that you go in, the better it gets. It's like the movie. The further in, you know, the better it gets until the very end, and then you're like, oh my god, I love this.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I did the editing of Anina's Magic Land footage. Her first ride, which was the Snow White ride, I mean, she was sitting wrong, so the whole thing was not really very usable. But it's a very fun. It's a very nice ride. It's a short ride, but it's very fun. I cut off most of that. It's a Small World that just drives everyone insane with the music. But there is the Wild West section, the circus section. You only saw the castle, so the Disney castle section and the Small World, and the future section. And even then, you saw 2 rides on the future section and 1 ride on the castle section. There's so much there. It is impressively big. And they usually have every day, I think it's every day, 4 times a day. I'm not sure if they're still doing them. They have parades and the fireworks coming out from behind the castle and all of that. And then you can have autographs and chat with the staff, because they have people dressed up as the characters and everything. And on the parades,
I remember they were
whole
hiring
thing.
for that at one point.
They still do hire for that and everything. But yes, they do that whole thing. It's really impressive.
The things that happen in Second.
It is amazing. Okay, we're almost coming to an end, but we still have one thing. Second Life art. That's right. And for art, what do we have? What we have is... this should go directly to the gallery, not here. What we have is... No, clear it. I don't want to show you yet. We have an artist for this week, and honestly, these pictures are amazing. So our artist for this week is... And now the start button doesn't want to go. Do you want to go or not? Yes. Christina Gaddins Swat. And look at those pics. The light, the post production on these are just fantastic. As usual, I asked her to send us her best safe for work. There's a lot of kitties on that one. That was just so cute. Her best safe for work items that she could get. They're bordering, some of them bordering a little bit, but they are safe for work anyway. And these are just really great shots. The angles, the quality, the post-production on this, as I said, are just amazing. So you make sure you go and you have a visit to Christina Gaddins Swat. Say you come from us and tell her how fantastic her work is, because it is. And that was our artist for this week. Are you going to clear the screen, tablet? You will. Thank you. So, That was our artist for this week. And I believe that means we have a wrap on our show for this week. After almost an hour and a half. Once again, Katheryn, thank you so much for being here. See, my tablet doesn't want. I'm trying to get your signature up and about. And it goes, but then it goes away because it's my computer, it's not the tablet. Katheryn, once again, thank you for being here. Don't forget, 8 p.m. there is Katheryn's live stream for Drama Libre. As for me, I have been Zack. I have, even if my signature does not say so, I have been Zack Kaiku. And this has been Around the Grid. This is just awesome. Thanks, Katheryn. I'll see you next time. We did it. Let's go. Have a great time.